Hey guys. Oh, fuck, I hate starting fucking videos like that. Today we are starting a brand new series where we talk to people and figure out what they eat in a day, and I show you how to put those meals together. So today's guest is Mr. Wil Dasovich. So the whole purpose of this series is to talk to people like Wil, who are very specific in terms of what they eat, whether it be because of taste preferences or health beliefs or health preferences. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of ask him what he eats on a daily basis, and then I'm gonna make a menu based on that, and then show him how I would do it if I were the one cooking it for him. So Wil, I have a feeling you're keto. Are you not keto?
Somewhat, yeah. So again, I'm like you, I don't do labels, because if I say I'm keto, they're like, no, but ketos don't do this. If I say I'm a plant-based, whatever, then people are gonna say, you know. So I'm just like a Mediterranean type diet, somewhat keto. I limit carbs. Everyone agrees at the top that intermittent fasting is good for longevity.
Correct.
Now, if you mix the keto diet and paleo Mediterranean and veganism and pescatarianism, they all come back to the same core values. And it's just eating, like if you do it the healthy way, it's just eating like whole foods.
Whole foods.
Whole foods, real foods.
Stripped down ingredients. Like you don't need to add too much to a dish to make it taste good.
Yeah,
right?
That's it.
At the end of the day, when it comes to diets and nutrition, it has to work for you.
Exactly, and every single person has different DNA, have different genetics. So what food could be healthy for one person is not going to be healthy for another person.
Correct. You're very conscious about what you eat.
Extremely conscious.
Okay. Meal 1, bone broth and athletic greens, 4 sigmatic mushroom elixir mix.
I probably only eat like 6 hours of the day. The best way, I believe, to break your fast is with bone broth, because it has the collagen in it. It's good for your immune system, and athletic greens.
So it's basically, it's like a massive multivitamin list. Instead of taking a pill, you're actually getting it from a lot of natural sources.
Mushroom tea, mushrooms. I know you hate this word. It's a superfood. It wakes you up, and currently right now I'm doing a 7 days no caffeine, or no coffee. I do that once a month to reset my adenosine receptors.
So this is a good supplement. I mean, a good substitute for that.
Yeah, because that gives you energy.
So you mentioned for breakfast, you'll have 4 eggs.
Pasture raised, the yolk should be orange, not yellow.
So that's a myth, by the way, but okay.
Whoa! Whoa!
Let's not shoot the shots just yet.
Fair enough, fair enough.
So you mentioned broccoli, eggs, mushrooms.
Yeah, I usually have one of the two, one of these. Let me criticize one thing about your olive oil here. So, extra virgin olive oil should
be in a dark bottle because you need to protect it from the sun rays and everything. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, do we see sunlight coming into the studio?
No,
we
normal
do not.
Light, even normal light, it breaks it down.
We go through this in like a day.
Okay.
Because we cook a lot.
Okay, fair enough, fine.
Okay, so if I were given these ingredients, very simple. I love this style of eating because it's very broken down. It's 4 ingredients. It's something that's really accessible. If broccoli is too expensive at the moment for you, you can replace broccoli with some local greens, some mustasa, some kangkong, where you can get adequate nutrition from those as well. Mushrooms, use whatever is available to you. Again, like Wil said, he does either or. So it's not like one of those things where you need both of these things. First of all, are you the one that cooks this?
No, Shavina over here, my cameraman, cooks. I do cook my food when I'm in the US. When I'm in the Philippines, I have the luxury of Shavina to cook the food.
Okay, how would you cook this?
Just over easy.
So fried eggs?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So the way I like to do eggs in the morning, omelets, just because it looks pretty, makes me happy. Barely beating it here. I love that you mentioned broccoli, because I feel like it's one of those vegetables that gets a bad rap, because I feel people don't necessarily know how to cook them. For me, get the flavor of broccoli, which is when you cut the florets out. This, I'd even go further and cut that in 2. If you grill this or cook this in a pasta and skillet and you get a little bit of char on them, that flavor just goes boom. Okay, olive oil in one pan. We can already start placing our broccoli. So I'm not gonna touch that. Like I really want it to char.
So the good thing about intermittent fasting is that the first meal of whatever you eat always tastes good, and it makes you more appreciative of food.
So this is just kind of like a classic French omelet. You want to make sure that you have the right ratio of pan to eggs. That goes in. And then really aggressively, you're going to start mixing that around just to make sure that you're cooking the eggs at the same time, right? At this point, I should have there, see? We have some browning.
Oh, dude, that's good. That's a good color.
A lot of people, what they would do is just move this around. I cook my broccoli like I cook a steak. You can eat broccoli raw, by the way.
It just won't taste good.
It just won't taste amazing, yeah.
And again, mushrooms, eggs, broccoli, these are on my like top 5 best foods. And it almost fits everything. Paleo, pescatarian, whatever. All the cool diet trends.
Okay, meal 1 is done. Are you allowed to eat?
Yeah,
What time is it?
you know.
Just so you can taste it. And then you tell
For sure.
me how this compares to your regular breakfast.
Okay.
Same ingredients, just done on time with a little bit of technique.
Bro, those eggs are way better than how I cook my scrambled eggs. Because it's fluffy. So I need to figure out how to make those fluffy. That was really good.
It's fluffy, but then really moist inside.
So you win the egg cooking contest. Bro.
Right? No one cooks broccoli properly. I'm telling you, cook it like a steak. It'll change your life.
Bro. It tastes like steak.
Right? Okay, maybe. Okay, Will.
Okay, too much
mushroom tea, guys. Take it away. Take it away. Next, you sent us spinach, cabbage patties, and steak or salmon, grass-fed steak, obviously. So we're using beautiful.
Bolsico beef.
Thank you very much.
Let's go.
This is a skirt steak, also known in France as an onglet. My favorite because it's super flavorful. It's nice and thin. It's a bit chewier. It's not like a ribeye or anything, but it's absolutely gorgeous in terms of flavor. I don't season it. I season that in the pan. For the cabbage patties, I'm not sure how you make them, but I'll make them the way I usually make them, and then you can tell me if it's good or not.
Whoa, you've done a cabbage patty before?
Yeah, dude. I have a video on YouTube about keto hash browns. Thank you very much for watching my content, Will. Appreciate it.
Wow.
So the way I do this is very simple. Olive oil in a pan. Okay, hot cast iron skirt goes down. Only at this point will I actually season. And that's gonna cook really quickly because it's such a thin piece of meat. Okay, so we paired the cabbage hash brown / patty with some wilted spinach. So there are 2 types of spinach that you'll find most of the time. So some baby spinach, which is usually imported, like this one, where if you eat it raw, it's actually tasty, versus the local spinach, which is quite watery and quite gluey, which you really need to cook it down. This one, you can just cook a little bit just to kind of give it some heat.
And if you don't have spinach, you know, if you want something local, you can use other stuff like camote,
Yeah.
whatever it's called, camote leaves, or
All the leaves come out the tops.
kangkong,
Mustasa, kangkong.
yeah, all that stuff.
Kangkong. I thought my Tagalog was bad. Jesus. Okay, bit of salt on the steak.
And sometimes I drowse everything in olive oil, but we don't need to do that. Fam. Hey, I like these cabbage patties. That's good.
Cabbage when raw has a very distinct flavor. When you cook it down, it actually tames the flavor a little bit. A lot of people don't like cabbage.
Dude, and the spinach is good. I'm only used to eating super wilted spinach. This is good. I like that.
It's sous vide.
That's good. Bro, I'm impressed, bro. Like, you're good at what you do.
Garlic, a little bit. You can put as much or as little as you want. I've seen some people use vinegar. I've seen other people not use vinegar. Usually it's balsamic. A little bit of apple cider works also.
I've never heard of vinegar, but go for it.
Tiny bit. Some people add lemon juice, lemon zest as well, so those are all options. Nuts are super important, so usually you're gonna use toasted pine nuts, but here we have some walnuts. Any type of nuts that you have also
I use
works.
macadamia nuts, but yeah, again, anything works.
And instead of the basil, well, you can use, there's some local basil that isn't too expensive, but you can also use mulunggay as an option.
We did that before. I like basil though better.
Same, it has more flavor.
Yeah.
Parmesan cheese, and then good quality olive oil. Okay, and that's it, Will. It's pretty much how you do pesto.
Can I try it?
Yeah, go for it.
I've never tried chunky pesto before.
I love it.
Oh yeah, dude, you could eat that like a meal.
This is where the pesto goes in. Zucchini pasta, pesto, Parmesan cheese. Very simple, very easy to make.
Alla Yusef. Oh my god, oh my god.
It just keeps
Haba.
going.
Solid. Very good.
Personally, I've never been a fan of zucchini noodles. They're a little watery, but I mean, they are much healthier than pasta.
I understand. I can understand how someone wouldn't be a fan of this. So there's other options if you don't like this.
As you can see, Will's a little intense, but it works for him. It might not work for other people, but I think what we can all learn from this is that the food is very simple. It's just like 4 or 5 ingredients. It's very easy to make. Like every dish took what, 10 minutes?
That was fast.
And that's what I really try to tell people is if you want to eat healthy, you eat simply. Simple as that. If you enjoyed that, let us know who you want to see next.
I just want to disclaim, I'm not a food snob. I'm only a food snob 4 to 5 days out of the week for myself. But if someone else offers me food, then I will eat whatever. It doesn't matter. And you know, it's up to you. Whatever you want to eat, I don't judge. You do you. I just, for personal reasons, I just need to have energy and be productive. And I want to optimize my body. So that's why I'm like this with the food that I eat.
Fair enough.
Makes sense, right?
Disclaimer. You just
There you go.
hashtag please don't cancel Will.
So don't cancel me for my food choices. I'm just trying to be healthy.